What's up, YouTube? So, it's been, I think, 13 or 14 days since I posted that last video on my channel. So, quite a few things actually happened with the SI during that meantime, not as far as modifications, but as issues. So, stay tuned. We're going to have a little story time. So it was about 2 weeks ago, and I was going into my work's parking lot, and it just snowed. Not like just snowed, it like snowed overnight and like a lot. So like in Ohio, like all the roads, it's like straight ice and like black ice, and then on top of it is snow. So if it was just the snow, my car would have been fine. I may have it all figured out. Between my dad and I's knowledge on cars, we may have it all figured out. So what happened was I was pulling in my work's parking lot going like maybe 4 or 5 miles an hour, like nothing crazy, being super careful. So I go to take the right turn into my work's parking lot. I go up the hill as I'm turning, and then I start to slide sideways going uphill, and then I start falling down the hill to my work's parking lot. And on the way down, ended up sliding, and I hit a really big landscaping rock. So I completely fucked up my wheel. I completely fucked up the control arm. I thought the ball joint was going to be like destroyed as well, so ended up not being that, so I didn't have to replace the ball joint, which was nice. I did replace my sway bar link though, because I had to cut that off of my car because everything was just so rusted. Not that there's rust on the car itself, it was just like little like pieces here and there and bolts and stuff, like your typical rust you get on bolts. So I hit the rock and I said, oof, that's not good. And then I noticed my car started driving funny, like it was fucked up. And I pulled into work and I looked at the wheel, and my wheel was literally like, here's the wheel straight with the car, literally looked like that. And I said, rough. My control arm completely bent. Like the thing was absolutely destroyed. There's like snow up to my neck outside right now, so I'm not actually, but I don't really want to go outside and look for all the parts and show you the car because I don't want to get covered in snow, but that'll be for a different time, different video. But so I called my dad and I was like, yo, I think we got a problem. Like my wheel's most likely destroyed, which I will show you that in another video as well. I was like, my wheel's probably destroyed. My control arm's probably bent, and I'm hoping the tie rods are fine. So he came over to my work and he drove the car home. And he said that the tie rods feel fine because like, so the tie rods most tie rods in cars are straight. This one is straight, but it has like a curve around it. And then they're also forged too. So if it actually broke, I wouldn't have been able to take the car home. Like I would have had to get the car like towed. But that ended up not being the case. The tie rods were fine. So I got the new wheel for my car, and I got the new control arm and sway bar link put back on the car. The car needed an alignment really, really bad. And I will show you a picture of what my alignment looked like before I got it done. So that was a picture of my car, and yeah, that's pretty bad. So went down to tire discounter. So after I popped, you guys can see that video on my TikTok. I'll list my link in the description for you to check that out. But I actually popped the tire on my driver's side, the front driver's side tire, and I also destroyed that rim on top of that as well. So bad luck with the front driver side tire for some reason, but that's besides the point. So I popped a tire, and then a couple weeks later this happened. But when I popped the tire through tire discounters, I bought all 4 tires, and they give you like I believe it's lifetime free alignments. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure, but I got like the alignment done 2 weeks ago, well 3 weeks now, and it like the car was fine, it drove just great, like everything was working perfectly. So I got the alignment done a few days ago, and I started driving my car home. My steering wheel was ridiculously stiff, and I realized and completely forgot that the power steering in my SI, it's a 2007, I forgot that the power steering is electronic in the car. So my dad and I did some research, and he's thinking it's probably a fuse because the electronic power steering in the car has its own computer and ECU and all that stuff into it, same shit. And we're gonna check that out and see what's going on. But it is incredibly difficult to drive the car. The steering is really stiff. I have to like constantly keep jerking it. I have to constantly keep jerking it in order for it to drive straight. I do have a video of that as well, so go check out what I have to do while I'm driving.
You don't wanna come around here. It's hard for me to show you I care. I wanna be myself, I'm too scared.
So that is what happens when I drive my car. So that is not the car making that jerky motion, that is me having to jerk the wheel to stay completely straight in the car. So I need to figure out what's going on with that. I probably will check that out today. I don't really know too much about like fuses and whatnot. Like I said, I'm still learning a bunch of stuff on cars. I'm not great with electronics. Like tearing stuff apart and putting back together, that's one thing. Learning like wiring electronic fuses, etc., that's another thing. I'm sure it's not that difficult to learn, but like, you know, it's definitely a process to learn, and I want to learn as much as I can from my dad since he's been working on cars for 50 years. So that happened, and there's just been a lot of snow, like a lot of snow for Ohio. Yeah, that's our snow situation. Like, I'm from Syracuse, New York. It's really not that big of a deal as far as the snow goes, but like, I still fucking hate this shit, dude. Like, I need like heat and hot weather, sunshine, like all that stuff to like more or less for my mental health. Like, cause from like September to April, like when most people start getting like seasonal depression because of like shit weather and gloominess and snow and whatnot, mine just gets 4 times worse. And usually around this time I don't really post a whole lot just because I don't have motivation to, and I really would like to move someplace that's a little bit warmer. So I'm just gonna focus on like just improving my mental health while I'm here in Ohio, and along down the road, hopefully before this, after all this New Year's winter bullshit goes away, before like it starts getting like cold and winterized, like towards the end of 2022 this year, I'm gonna try and move someplace a little bit warmer, and hopefully that goes well. So moving's a lot. I've done a lot of moving, but we shall see. I'm really thinking about moving out to Arizona. I know it's it's a lot more expensive than Ohio to live there, but I could get a job transfer out there with my job, as far as I know. So we'll see about all that, and still working out details. And like, I just kind of conjured up this plan like a week ago, and like I'm just doing a lot of research of like where I like want to move and what would be the best option for me. So we'll see about all that, but that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be more content coming onto the channel very soon, and I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff to my cars. I know when spring comes, I'm going to try and I'm not really going to do much with the SI because those ESR wheels that I have picked out for my car for the SI, they don't have the correct offset. If you don't know what wheels I'm talking about, I will show you a picture right now. So those were the wheels, and my SI takes a 45 to 50 offset, and those wheels are 35 offset. But on the bright side, since I love those wheels so much, the color combo that I'm painting my Miata, which I will also show you the color that I'm painting the Miata. That's the color I want to paint the Miata, and I want to put those ESR wheels on the Miata. So the max offset on those wheels is 35, which is perfect because on my Miata, that's the offset on my car. So I can put those wheels on one of my cars, just not the SI. They would look pretty damn sick on the SI, I'm not gonna lie. But the fact of the matter is that they won't fit, and that's okay. I just have to find something different that will fit. But at least they'll fit on the Miata. So And I'm okay with that, because as long as I get at least one car with those wheels, I'm pretty okay with that. So that's kind of the plan. I'm not gonna really put much money into the SI because like it doesn't really need like any work as it sits right now. I know the white Mugen wheels that I have on my car, I am going to paint those gloss black, and because the wheel that I got for the replacement wheel I got for my car, it's not a Mugen wheel, but it looks very close to it. I'm either going to repaint the Mugen wheels and then throw 3 more of the wheels I have on the car now, because they are actually significantly lighter than the Mugen wheels, which is cool. And we'll see. They're only 130 a pop, which isn't bad. And I know I was looking up a replacement for like my Mugen wheels, and they are $800 a wheel. And I said, whoa, I didn't know they were that expensive. Which, on the bright side, if I were to sell the wheels individually or like as a set, because I am going to try and get that one wheel fixed. If I can't get it fixed, oh well, I can just sell each of them individually. If someone just needs a replacement wheel, I can get some decent money for it, so that's cool. But I'm not going to really focus much on the SI because I really want to get my Miata done, because that is my dream car and I really just want to fucking drive it. I really do. And if I'm moving out west towards the end of this year, I would probably sell my SI and just keep the Miata, and I am planning on getting a bike sometime in the spring, most likely. Really want to get an R6, but that will be for a whole nother video. But I'm going to end it here. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, like it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, because I'm going to bring some pretty cool content to the channel, just working on a bunch of cars. And just, I'm not going to do daily videos because with how things are right now, I just don't have the motivation or time to really do daily videos. There wouldn't be enough to film. But at some point, maybe I'll get to that. Who knows? We'll see. But take care. Stay safe if you live in snow country and ice country like I do. Stay safe and don't drive unless you have to. Take care.